Hello and welcome back to V8 TechWorks. So in our last video, we looked at how we can be able to send an email, and we created this function under help us folder here called send mail. And this is where also we are able to create transporter and also make sure that we create this function that is able to send emails. And this function here is reusable, as I discussed in the last video, and that's why you can see we are using it here into our welcome email service here, and also we are going to use it in our pending parcel service and also in our delivered parcel service, so that we can be able to send emails for pending parcel and also for delivered parcel. So but before that, I want us just to push our code to our GitHub, as we are doing in every video. And I can come here in this terminal here, and right now I can check the branches that we have right here, and you can see we are on this branch that is called background services. And this is because right now we are working on background services. So I'm going to do git add and then everything that we added from the last video. And also I can comment, I can say git commit and then -m here, and I can say worked on send mail function and email and welcome email service like that. And then let me push this, so I can now be able to push this to now my GitHub. So git push origin and then the name of the branch. Right now we are pushing the background services because this is the branch that you are working on. So this is let us push. So I'm going also to make sure that I just make sure that I enter my passphrase, and then now we are going to see that our code will be pushed. So right here you can be able to see that everything is up to date, so there is nothing that we can be able to just push to our GitHub, and then that is okay. So here I can see git push origin background services, and because here it has said that everything is up to date, then it means that there is nothing that we can push. But we are going to look into that, as also right now I know you understand what we are doing. So if you are not understanding what you are doing, just go back and also make sure that you go through the other videos so that you understand. So also make sure that you have subscribed to this YouTube channel, and also you have liked this video so that also it may reach many other people. So now let's close this function here that we are calling send mail, and also now we are going to create another function that is called delivered or pending parcel. Let's start by pending parcel, and this one is under here email service. We are going to create something that is called pending parcel pendingparcel.js like that. And then this one also will be like this welcome here. So I'm going to copy everything that is up here, but I'm not going to actually import crypto.js. So I'm going to copy here everything that is up here like that, because I'm going to need all these ejs.env and then send mail here, and then I'm going to change this user to parcel. So I'm going to do that. So let me paste it here, and here I'm going to actually import parcel model from models here. So this one is parcel, and it's not user. So the parcel here, let's import it like that. And also I can just save, and then here must do .env.config like that, .env.config, and then now we can be able to use everything that is on .env file. So I'm going to push this down here so that we can have a space where we can work in. And then here I'm going to create now this function that is called send parcel pending email. So I'm going to create this as a narrow function. So this one will be, let me just start by capital here. So send parcel pending email like that. I think it's just a name. You can call it the way you want. You can call your function the way you want. So this one also, this is an arrow function here. And inside here, this is where we are going to make sure that we create that. So here also, I'm going to make sure that export. So let me also export this function first of all. So I'm going to do module.exports, module.exports like that. And then here I can be able to export this, send. This is send parcel here, parcel pending email. So I can see my auto completion is taking time, so you can bear with me. So here I have now to first of all check for those parcels that are pending, and those parcels that are pending has a status of 0. So let me do that. So I'm going to create an array here. So I'm going to create a const and then parcel. This will be array of parcels. And then here I'm going to do await. That means also I need to add async here, up here. So async like that. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is to await. And then here, actually here I need to just call parcel. So parcel here, and then I'm going to use find. And here I'm going to check now. I'm going to check for status of 0 like that. And then now if I have that, I'm going to check if I have like parcel in this array. So to do that, I'm going to do parcel here, parcels dot length. So dot length here. If parcel dot length, you can see here, then it's above 0. That means that it has parcels. So then again, now I need to look through those parcels and send the email to the recipient. So, and also to the sender. So let me do that. So here I'm going to loop. So I'm going to do for let parcel. So let parcel of parcels like that. And in here now, what I can do is that I can be able now to make sure that I loop through. So here I am going to just template using this in EJS, and then here we have render file like that, because this is how you are able to template so your email. And here the first argument here, we are going to specify our template. So our template is from templates, and then here you can be able to just use pending parcel dot ejs like that. And this one is this inside these templates, you can see this pending parcel dot ejs. And also if you are not able to get this these templates, you can come to my GitHub here. You can just visit my GitHub. I'm going to also add the link of this GitHub in the description of this video. You can come here and check under this let me check here under this project. So this repo, we have this repo, and also we have this one. You can check, for example, in this parcel delivery system here, under background services here, you'll be able to download this you'll be able to download this template here and use them. So you can do that, and you won't have a problem of creating the templates from scratch. So now after that, this ijs.renderFile function here has the first argument as the templates, and then after that it has now the data. You can specify the data that you want to send. So for example, here we need to pass several data. For example, if we take here in our pending parcel template here, you are able to see the data that we are sending here. So for example, you can see we need to send here the sender name. We need to have from which destination to which destination. You can see the sender name, also the recipient name, the cost, the weight, and then the note. And then here the status you can see is pending. So that's what we are going to do. So here we need to have the first data here to be sender name, and then it should correspond with the how you are coding those variables in your template. And so this one here will be coming from the parcel now, and then dot sender name like that, dot sender name like that. And also I can be able to actually add another one here. This one is from, and then here we can have parcel dot from, like that. We are going to have two here, and then this one is, we have a parcel dot to, like that. We have also like recipient, so recipient here. I'm hoping that I'm spelling it correct. So here is the recipient name, and this one is we are going to get it from parcel, and then recipient 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 name, like that. Also we are going to get the cost, and then the cost here is parcel dot cost. And then the other thing is also we can have weight, and then here for the weight we can get it from parcel dot weight, like that. Then the last thing here that we can pass is the note. So for the note here we can have from parcel dot note, like that. So this is the data that we are passing, and now we can now have the other argument, of which the other argument is just like the other argument is just like a callback function. So this one is a callback function, and we can add it here. So I want to format my code first of all. So let me save this, and then I'm going to format my code here so that it just look fine. So you can see ejs.render file. The first thing we pass is a template. Also we are passing the data here, and then the other thing that we are going to have here after we do this, we can have either the error, or maybe we can have the data. So we can have the error here, like that, or the data. And I'm going to add a sync keyword, here, because we are going to send the email here. So now if you can check here if you have error, and then if you have error you can do various things, but in my case here I'm just going to just add create the message option. And because we did that in our last video, I'm going to just copy from the welcome here, because it's just the same thing. So I'm going to copy here, like that, this welcome here, and then I'm going to make sure that I copy this, and then here I'm going to just paste it. But this time here for the subject we are going to change several things. So for example here we can just say you've got a pending parcel here. So you've got, so let me add here, you've got a parcel, like that, so that is the like a message option here. And now after this, now we can do try catch. So try and then catch here. So here we are going to send now the email. So here we can have send mail, that's like that. And then here send mail, we can have now the message option here. So the message option is right here now, like that. And then here we need also to add a wait, because this can take time. And then here also we can console log that error, console.log, and then error, like that. So I'm going to make sure that I also like format my code here. So you can see here we are sending this email here, but remember this one we have sent to, actually here we have to send to the recipient. So this one should be, or the sender. First of all, let me just make sure that I send to the parcel, and then the parcel has a sender email. So here is a sender email, like that. So after this, now we need also to make sure that we send to our recipient. So to do that also, I'm going to copy this EJS, because also we have another template for our, we need also to send another, email, but it's the same that here, and we are going to use the same template here. So I'm going to do that. So let me just copy this, the EJS here, out of this until maybe here. I think here is where we need to have it to copy it. So I think this is, yeah, this is where we need to copy it and then paste it here down. So here we are going to do several things. We are going to change several things. So here also, because it's the same email and the template is the same, also the data is the same. So here also, actually we need to change here. This one should be your parcel is pending. For the subject of the, for the sender here, we can say your parcel, your parcel, let me add, your parcel is being processed, is being processed, like that. You'd be notified, and you can add anything, like if you are, if it is delivered, then they will be sent an email. So here now we can just leave it for recipient, we can just leave it as you've got a parcel. And then here also we need to change now this from the sender to recipient now. So from sender and then recipient here. So this one will be for recipient. So for the recipient here, I'm checking so that I should not make a mistake. So this is recipient email. So parcel.recipient email. Now we are going to send this now, the email. And then now, because we have sent the two email here, we need also to make sure that we update that parcel, because this will be, if we don't update that parcel to a status of 1, that means that also we are going to have like email being sent in a loop, because our service is running after every second, checking for the parcel that has a status of 0 and then sending the email to the sender of that parcel and also the recipient of that parcel. So what we are going to do here is to update. So I'm going to do await, and then here I can be able to do something to update with our parcel. And then here I'm going to do parcel, and then we are going to do find by ID. This is the function of MongoDB. So find by ID here, and update, like that. And here we can just pass now the parcel dot id underscore id, and then also we can be able to just set. So set now, the what we need to set here is the status. So let me do that. So status, like that, and then here the status is 1, like that. So after this, now everything is okay. I think we don't have any other thing here to worry about. So this is the parcel here. We can be able to see here we set, and then I think this is okay now. So after this, now we have completed now this service for pending parcel here. So you can see here, if you are not understanding what we are doing, is that first of all, we are checking the parcel that has a status of 0. That means that that parcel has been created, but emails have not been sent to the sender and the recipient of that parcel. So, and then after that, now we are going to check if there is any parcel, if there is any parcel that has a status of 0, as you can see here, and then we are looping through it. And when we are looping through it, we are able to use EJS to template now the email, and then pass in the data here, and also make sure that if it succeeds, then we send the email down here. So that is the first email that is being sent to the sender of that parcel. And then after that, also we template here the email, another email here, and then we send the same data here. And then also, because now this is the second email, now we need also to update, because if you update here, so if you maybe update here after the sender, it won't send the second email here. So that is it. I hope you're understanding. So let's create also the one for the delivered parcel service now. So let's do that. So I'm going to just create here another service, and this parcel and this service, we are going to call it delivered parcel .js. Yeah, so this is another service here. What we are going to do is that Also, we are going to in here, what we are going to do is that I'm going to copy everything from here because it's just similar thing, but we are going to change on several things. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to make sure that I paste here. And then when we paste here, we need to just make sure that we change some things. So for example, here I'm going to change here the pending email here to delivered email. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to do Control D, and then here I can say send parcel, and then delivered delivered email, like that. So then the other thing is that from up here, what we are going to do is that, remember when we are sending, or when in our pending here, when we send the email for pending parcel, what we do is that we update the status to 1. So what we are going to do here, we are going to now check the or we are going to make sure that we check for the parcel that has a status of 2, because as an admin you need to change the status of this parcel from 1 now to 2, making sure that 2 mean that that parcel is has been delivered. So here we are going to check 2, because we are going to, as admin, we are going to at least change the status of that parcel to 2 from 1, which here remember that when we are sending these emails, we are going to change the status of that parcel from 0 to 1. And then when the parcel has been delivered, the admin should change that status to 2. So right here, you can be able to see that we are checking for the status of 2. That means that that parcel has been delivered. And here also you can see now we are going to use delivered parcel here template. So delivered parcel .ejs. So this is the template that we are going to use, and also we are going to send the same data here. We are not going to change anything here, but now here down, when we are sending this email for delivered parcel here for to the our sender, or the sender of that parcel, now we are going to make sure that the subject has changed. So here we can be able to add here, like for example, we can change this to your parcel has been delivered. So let me do that. So has been delivered. And then here we are going to make sure that we send that email now. And then the other thing is that also we are going to do the same for our recipient. So let me change this to delivered parcel.ejs here. And then here we can be able to pass this information here, and then also we can be able to change the subject here, and we can say your parcel has been delivered like that, has been delivered like that. And then that means also that we need to update the status of that parcel from 1 to or that from to 2 now to 3, and then that means that now the status of our parcel should be 3. So any parcel that has a status of 2, that means our admin has updated that parcel to a status of delivered. But when also that parcel has a status of 3, that means that email has been sent to the sender and also the recipient of that parcel. So that is the way this system works. So I'm going to make sure that I format this code here. And remember now our service. So now that means that here in our index, we need to call those two service. So let me just close this, and then inside here index.js, we under inside here from the here in the cron.schedule, we are going to at least import those two functions. So the first function here is pending parcel, or let me see how we call this. So this is send pending parcel. So here is send let me just call this send, like that, and then I think we can have auto completion here. Yeah, you can be able to see it. Then we can import this, then call that, and then also we need to have another one for send delivered. So this is for send delivered parcel. So you can be able to see this one here. Let me copy it or just import it, and then here you can be able to see we have I have imported these two services here. So now services are okay now. So that means that every second this application or this background services will be running these three services. It will be going to to check for the user that has a status of 0, and then if there is any, then they will be able to send them an email. And also it will be running and also looking for the pending parcel, and then it will be able to send the email to recipient and also the sender of that parcel. The same with delivered email here. So now let's do that. So let me try and see if we can run this, because I had already stopped my application here. So I'm going to just clear everything. I'm going to push this up here. So after that, we can get into background services folder like that. And then here we can do node-mon and then index.js, like that. But first of all, I want to check if we have any parcel. So here, for example, so let me run this service here. So this one, we have this one that we are saying that it's not authenticated. So let me first of all make sure that I check that. So I'm going to get into this. Let me make sure also that our backend is running. So let me get into my backend, and then here I can be able to do node-mon and then index.js, like that. And then this one should be running right now, like that. Let's see. So this one is yeah, you can see server is running on port 8000, DB connection is successful. So here in our backend, and then I can get into controllers here. Actually, I want to go to routes, and then here in our parcel, I want to first of all remove here this get all parcel. I'm going to remove this middleware here, because we need to test. So let me first of all test using this. So when I send this request here, we need to see if we have any parcel. So if we have any parcel here, so this one is giving me here could not send request. I don't know why. So this is, let me just scroll up here. Another thing, let me also make sure that I can be able to send the request here. I know maybe my postman is yeah, now it's running. So we have two parcel here. So you can see the sender email here is my email, and also you can see here recipient email is another email. So let me try and now make sure that I am running my background service. So when I run now my background service here, so let's see. So it's taking time. And also the other thing that I want you to notice is that here you can see the status of this parcel is 0. So after the email has been sent, these two parcels here will have a status of 1. So let's see. So here we can be able to see that let me try and see here. So here we can see the HTML info under this pending here. So there's somewhere that I did the mistake, I think so. So let me try and maybe correct that. So here after now you can see here we have the HTML info, but here you can see we need to use the data. So let me do that. So I'm going to change this to data there. And then also here we need to change this to data not info, like that. So the same I'm going to do for the delivered parcel here. So this one is data, like that. And also if I scroll down here, also I need to change this to data, like that. Make sure also you change for yourself. And then here, if I run again here now, so here let's try and see. You can see already their emails have been sent. You can see we have sent all these emails here. So if I then again here, you can see the status is 0, but when I fetch again here, you'll be able to see that status will have changed. So if I do this, so let's wait, and here we'll be able to see the status is now 1. So you can see this parcel has a status of 1. So that status of 1, that means that our parcel is pending, but emails have been sent to recipient and then also to the user, or to the recipient and also the sender, sorry. So now I want to update my parcel here. So let me do that. So to update my parcel here, I want to update the parcel to have a status of, let's say, something like 2. That means that parcel has been delivered, because that will be the work of the admin. So here I want to change. So let me change here to B2, and I want to update here the status. So this is the work of this here we are using a Postman, because we don't have a front end right now. So here I want also to make sure, actually I have done a mistake, sorry. We need to update this parcel. So I need to go here to update parcel, and here I want to change here the status to be 2 here. So actually then also I need to go to my code here. So let me go to the routes. So here let me just go back to the routes here, and then the parcel. So for the update here, it's okay. So let me do that. Let me try and do that. So if I do this here, you'll be able to see like I have let me just see if I have changed the status to B2. So if I did that, then you'll be able to see that here the emails will be sent. So let me see if email have been sent, so I can come back here to get all the parcels and then see the status. So if I check for the status here, so status is still 1 here. So I don't know why it is not updating, but this is something that we can look in later videos, because I don't want this video to be longer than this. The only thing that I want us to check is the inbox of my email here to see if the email have been received. So let me check in this inbox of my email and see how that email look like. So let me just come here, and then I'm going to get into here, into this email that I used as a sender email for that parcel. And when it loads, you can see here your parcel is being processed. When we open that, you can be able to see how it looks like. So you can see we are we are just making sure that we also pass the data here. Hello Jendo, you can see you've got that. You have a parcel that has been sent. Here are the details from Ontario to Michigan. You can see everything here. So that is it. I want to also make sure that we can be able to push our code right now. Let's try and do that. So git add here, and then I'm going to make sure that I commit like that. Then let me try and push this branch now. So this branch, so this called background services like that. And then I'm going to add my here. I'm going to add my passphrase. So you can see here, I can see here that we are having error. I think this error, don't know why we are having this error. So you can see everything is up to date. So we are going to also to make sure that we look on this problem later on in our videos. So that is it. I don't want to make this video longer than this. Make sure that you have subscribed to this YouTube channel and also like this video, and make sure to turn on the notification bell, because you'll be notified the next time I upload the next video. See you in the next video. Have a great day.